25 years ago, 30 years ago, that I'm for people. And I really, 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 and the whole reason we're doing both of these podcasts, but this one we're talking to you out there, the listener, and we'll never have an opportunity to interview you unless you contact me and say, hey, I want to be part of your 100-person project. Or I'd like to be a voice and face on your Lighting the Candle podcast. And I think everybody in the world is in a different place at any given time, and not everyone is ready to play right then. So they become projects for me. They become, how can I twist myself out of shape to get into their world so that they know that I'm not looking to them as, they're providing me a service, or we're standing in line together, or we just happen to be riding an elevator and the best thing for us to do is to not look at the other person. It's every single moment is this kind of, for me, especially when I remember, is this delicious opportunity to engage another human being and add one more aspect, to the experience and memories and all those sorts of things. And it's very remarkable and moving to think about the wonderful people that I have come into contact with one time in my life. And in less than 20 or 30 seconds, it made a difference for the whole rest of the day or for the whole rest of the week. So that experience on my part, this is me coming back to what I believe because of my learning and my experience, and then my knowledge, and then all the rest of that, is that I don't think there's any groups. I really don't. I think we're banded together by a common language, and there's this propensity to want to act like we know something about the person before we've asked them questions. So it's that curiosity. And I have my thumb on the scale with this 100-person project, that I really do believe that I'm going to learn more about how the same questions asked of 100 different people could possibly yield a whole lot of uniqueness in terms of what they bring in their life's experience, what they know, and what's important to them.
And I just have to say uniqueness, but I think what's interesting is also the commonalities. So that's where it becomes special to me. Is yes, each person is unique, but there is this feeling of like, oh, among all these 100 people or 1,000 people,
Yes.
look, we all share this. And to me, that's the gift because you're not losing anybody's uniqueness. Like you're not telling anybody that they're not unique, but you're also revealing that we have a lot more in common with others than we might think.
Yeah. And what if we do?
Oh, wow. Then to me, you know, that's when the world changes because then, you maintain both your, and your, with what you're doing and what we all talk about here is then you're honoring the individual, but you're recognizing the group as a whole
Yeah,
and that we're all connected.
yeah, I'm almost, while you're speaking, thinking in terms of the shepherd, how the shepherd will leave the flock and the dog stays with the flock, but the shepherd goes and looks for the one sheep or lamb that's wandered off. And there are so many times that we get in a brief conversation with somebody and we make a decision, they're not interested in me, I'm not interested in them, let's move on, you know? And in many cases, um, and they're getting that response, and we're giving that response to other people, and that becomes a way of being.
Mhm.
And what if we all just for a moment decided that empowerment is a team sport, you know? We can do it for ourselves, we can do it for other people can do it for us, you know? And if you just remember that this world works better, when your head is up and looking forward as opposed to looking down and feeling bad about something or whatever it is. Maybe there's a time to feel bad and a time to feel good, but there's also a time to really, really appreciate and the wonder of what other beings can bring into our life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So any sort of wrap up thoughts or
No, I think we're pretty good. Mhm.
I'm feeling pretty good. I hope you at home are too. I know you are. I get it. I feel it right now. So with that said, we're going to wrap up our 101st lighting the candle. And I want you to know that there's an inside joke here because Jan and I have basically, for the last hour, and I'll leave this for another episode to talk about, but for the last hour, we've been doing exactly what we've been talking about during the hour, and that is to take an instance where things don't work and not only, you know, give them a place to work, but really have a ball doing it. So, with that said, I love you and I hope that your life is going the way that you want. And if it isn't, go talk to somebody and get curious about what's open and available to you. So, thank you so much and keep listening to us. Just about anywhere podcasts are available, we are there. So, bye for now, and we will look forward to seeing you next week. So long.
You've been listening to Lighting the Candle, a world that works, part of the Exvadio Podcast Network. You can catch us each week as well as the rest of the network at exvadio.com/podcasts, as well as the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audible, Amazon Music, and wherever you find podcasts.